Hey there, hey there, hey there. Good morning, good evening. Here for our... Sorry, my dog's whining at something. Sorry. Here for our insight number 7.2. So I just went for a walk. I like to go for a walk before I go to bed. It's actually a personal growth tip that I learned from one of the greatest coaches ever. That if you really want to clear your head at night and get yourself grounded and when you go place to bed, don't sit in front of the TV. Go out for a walk. And so I walk around my block before I go to bed, regardless of what time it is. And as I was walking, I was thinking, trying to figure out what I should make tonight's insight be about. I wanted to stay on the topic of love and self-love especially. Because that's been a big thing in my life lately. And I initially had this thought of I want to talk about opening myself up for growth, because I recently had an experience where I literally was just cracked open and had some of the most amazing, brutal, wonderful, incredible personal growth I've ever had. And I thought, yeah, opening yourself to growth would be a good topic. And as I'm walking on the block, I'm like, but how did I do that? How did I open myself up for growth? And I thought of how I could put it into words for you. And just as I was nearing the end of the walk, I thought, no, I'm just going to talk about something else. But then I thought, no, Spirit told me to talk about opening yourself up to growth, and so that's what I can talk about. And then a scripture came to my mind. It's really funny because I'm not a Christian. I hope that doesn't bother anybody. But I am a very spiritual person, and I go to this amazing church that welcomes all Scripture. And I was raised, though, preaching Scripture, quoting Scripture. I could quote Scriptures from the Bible until the cows come home. And a scripture came to my mind that says to be of an open heart and a contrite spirit. And that's what I heard as I said, but how can I tell people to open themselves up for growth? And the answer from Spirit was to have an open heart and a contrite spirit. So I thought, yeah, because I thought back to what happened to me in the last couple of weeks, and I thought, yeah, absolutely, that's what it was. So what does it mean to have an open heart and a contrite spirit? So I recently had an experience where my heart was cracked open in a way that it never has been before, and I received some really powerful learning that was really hard to take, really hard to take, but opened me up to a really beautiful place. So as I'm thinking about that event, I had a situation literally the day before this happened where my heart got cracked open. In not a really good way, but my heart was open and raw, like raw, more raw than it's ever been. So there was my open heart. And I looked up the word of contrite, and it comes from one of the root words of contrite, I think it was in the Greek, is to rub or to bruise, something that's been beat up. It's one of the definitions. I'm like, yeah. So what happened is I had this amazing experience that was really horrific, that cracked my heart open, and it just had the shit beat out of it, to be honest with you, for about 24 hours. And as soon as that 24 hours was up, as soon as I acknowledged love in my life in this particular situation, as soon as I acknowledged love, the Spirit spent 3 days teaching me. Universe, God, whatever you want to call it. I usually call it the universe or Spirit. Spent 3 days teaching me some really, 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 really hard truths about myself that allowed me to grow to a place that I've dreamed of being my whole life. Allowed me to open myself up to a place where I truly believe that everything I've ever wanted is about to fall into my life. But I wasn't ready for that growth. I wasn't open to that growth until I was cracked open. I think about a geode, it's a rock and you can't see inside it, and it takes some beating to open it up to see the beauty. And sometimes that's what we need. Personal growth is not a beautiful, wonderful, frilly butterfly and dragonfly journey. Personal growth is about being ripped open and cracked open and exposed in ways you never wanted to be exposed to see the truths about yourself that are going to rise above and make you a bigger, better, greater person. So how do you open yourself up for growth? You allow yourself, surrender yourself, open yourself to allow your heart to be opened up. And allow yourself to go through the stuff that's going to hurt. Allow yourself to go through the stuff that's going to beat you up a little bit. Because that's when we're humbled enough I'm talking about me. It's when I was humbled enough to just say, whatever, just teach me what I need to know in this. And I spent 3 days in tears as the universe just taught me and taught me and taught me and taught me so many amazing things about myself that led me to a place of an understanding and an unconditional love that I've never had in my life. So how do you open yourself up for love? You allow yourself to have an open heart and a contrite spirit, meaning deepest humility, deepest place of, I don't have anything else to fight, so I'm just going to be open to what comes. And then you're open to the growth that the universe has for you. Because every experience has amazing growth. But if I wouldn't have had that open heart and contrite spirit, my ego would not have allowed me to hear what I needed to hear to grow to where I needed to grow. So I guess the moral of the story is, don't protect yourself from those wounds in life. Don't protect yourself from those valleys and lows that will bring lessons to you. Allow them, welcome them, celebrate them. Protect yourself. Reach out for help and support when you need it, but allow yourself to be cracked open so that growth will come in. And that's how you do it. That's how I did it. So I hope you can take something from that, and I hope that the next time a trial or a challenge or a struggle or something happens in your life that you feel beat up, then instead of fighting it, you surrender to it and step into it and say, what do you have to teach me in this experience? And I have a feeling you'll have a really beautiful answer. So you guys are amazing. I'm going to ask you once again, please spread the word. If every person who subscribed to this told 5 people about it, many of my amazing goals in my nonprofit organization would be able to be reached. bbtguru.com/insight. Spread the word. Tell everyone you know. If something I say touches your heart, please tell someone you know so that they can come and get their heart touched as well. I love you guys. You're amazing, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye, everybody.